Come on out. I brought you something. Where did you
You're listening to Potty Mouth Radio, the home of movies, music, television, and comedy. We watch a thing. We watch a thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to We Watched a Thing with Billy and Dave. How are you, my friend?
I am good. How are you?
I'm excellent, because this week, in a very rare occasion, we got to watch this together.
In the flesh. We saw each other's legs. It was weird.
From not just the head. Yes, I happened to be in Sydney for work, so we caught up together, which was awesome. Had some beers and some food, and saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy with your adorable daughter as well.
Yeah, she's a float. I might, when we come to actually give scores, I might yell out and she can come and tell us what she thought.
Nice. Well, let's get into it. Lee Cronin's The Mummy is a 2026 American supernatural horror film written and directed by Lee Cronin. The film stars Jack Raynor. That's who that guy is. He was very familiar. I think I actually did turn to you at some point and say, who is that guy? And I think you did tell me that, but I had clearly forgotten it.
Yeah, Midsummer, I think, was the one that you were thinking of. Yeah.
May Callumaway, Natalie Grace, and Veronica Falcone. I should say as well, before we hop into it, that on the back of this, we are going to be counting down our top 10 creepy kid films. So that's going to be fun. So stick around for that. But before we get to that, what is Lee Cronin's The Mummy about, Dave?
Not mummies.
No, not even a little bit. It's not a mummy movie.
It's got a lot more in common with his previous film, Evil Dead Rise, or 100%. The Exorcist or something. But essentially, Jack Raynor and his wife lose their... Well, they don't lose. Their young daughter is abducted. I think she's 8 or thereabouts at the time of the abduction. He's a... What is he? He's like a war correspondent sort of... reporter.
Yeah, they never make that clear. He's a reporter.
He's reporting on Arab Spring and stuff. So they're living in Egypt at the time, and he's the wife is off at work. He is at home, and happens to be indoors on the phone. The daughter is playing in the garden and gets abducted, and we see this kind of freaky witchy woman who abducts her. Flash forward 8 years, and suddenly they're told, and their lives obviously fell apart after that, and the sort of fancy job in New York that he had been about to take, none of that happens. They're living with her. Is it her mother? Yeah, her mother in Albuquerque in New Mexico. And they get this call out of the blue. Your daughter's turned up. How she has turned up is in an old sarcophagus. So there's a bit of a cold open where we see this woman and her partner unearthing this sarcophagus, saying, "Oh, he's opening it up. Oh, is he alive? No, he's not. Oh, thank God for that." Yeah. And then he gets killed and stuff happens. But their daughter has turned up, wrapped in what appear to be bandages in this sarcophagus. She is all kinds of fucking wrong, and they decide ultimately, to take her home with them because her familiar surroundings might help her snap out of this locked-in state that she's in.
Yeah.
And it becomes increasingly apparent that all is not right with this girl. And yeah, all sorts of nasty shit happens. There's some pretty confronting body horror stuff going on.
Yeah, I'd call this a body horror way more than I would a horror. I had a similar experience with this that I did with The Wolfman from early last year, which I was expecting to be a horror film, and it was much more of a psychological body horror. And I had a very similar experience here where I knew that we weren't in for an adventure, The Mummy, but I thought that we were in for a mummy film still. I thought this was going to be a horror. It's really not. And no. I'm the kind of guy, I've gotten in trouble for this before. I had the same problem when we reviewed The Substance. And I came out and I said, The Substance is not a horror movie. It's a body horror movie. They're separate things. There's nothing scary
I don't
about
even
this
think The
movie
Substance is a body horror movie. I think The Substance is a dark comedy satire.
It's a dark
that
comedy satire.
Happens to have body horror elements, yeah.
This film, for me, is not a horror. There's nothing scary in this film at all. Like, this film is not scary. There's some cool, creepy moments.
Some jump
the body horror
and stuff.
It really leans into the abject in the body horror. There's lots of, like when her toenail rips off and it brings off half of her skin with it. It's great. I'm not saying this movie's bad. There's some great moments, but it's not a scary movie. I wouldn't watch this wanting to watch a horror movie.
I think there are people who might find this scary. I think this is one of those cases where you and I have seen enough that this just isn't going to land for us in terms of being scary. There are some jump scares that kind of didn't really hit me that hard, but only because I've seen so many jump scares that you really need to be fucking Exorcist 3 level for anything to kind of register it, but in my jaded existence these days. But I think that if you're not as accustomed to watching horror movies, I think there's certainly some creepiness with the daughter and what she does, and there are some kind of jump scares and little mini set pieces that I think some people might find scary, but no, this is not going to give anyone nightmares, I don't think.
Yeah. In the lead up to seeing this film, I know that I was, and I'm sure I heard other people talk about it as well, going, Lee Cronin, what the fuck are you doing putting your name on this movie? You're not John Carpenter, you're not Wes Craven. This is his third or fourth film, like theatrical feature? Like it's not...
Third, yeah. I think Hole in the Ground, Evil Dead Rise, and then this, yeah.
And is he doing the new Evil Dead, or is that somebody else?
That's the Verminez, whatever,
that's right.
spider guy. And that trailer dropped, and fuck me, I'm not that excited. That trailer does nothing for me.
But what I will say is, I still think it's a bit of a wank to put your name on this movie.
I'm very interested. I think it's
important because it highlights and lets people know that this is not The Mummy.
Yeah.
Don't walk into this expecting this to be The Mummy in any form.
Probably the intention. I don't think this is him, waving his dick around and going, I'm Kubrick now.
No,
because
but it's saying
Evil Dead Rise got a good review.
Mummy. This is an original.
I think he's come up with this because he's obviously, I haven't looked, I'm assuming writer-director because that's, what he does.
He is, yeah.
I'm assuming he's come up with a movie. He's called it The Mummy as kind of a tongue-in-cheek almost because of the way she's found that she, is like a mummy, rather than that he is telling a story, akin to Hammer horror, et cetera, et cetera. And I think possibly the studio have almost possibly been the ones who've said, we don't want to have people coming in expecting Brendan Fraser, or we want to distance ourselves from Tom Cruise. Let's slap this on there. And, by the same token, if he's maybe signed a deal with whoever it is, they're building his profile as well. But I don't think it's a kind of a hubris thing on the part of Lee Cronin.
if I'd thought about it more, I would have known that this wasn't that, because it's Warner Brothers, not Universal, and obviously Universal own the rights to all of that.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Still, James Wan and Blumhouse are producing this, and from memory, they produced The Wolfman as well. So I think it's a very weird thing to do, to call this film The Mummy. I don't think it's...
Well, I understand why he wanted to call it The Mummy, because it's almost, given the story of this, how she's found, etc., she has been treated like a mummy. So I understand.
I honestly
that.
think that it's trying to cash in. That's what it is. This is trying to trick people into
Would you
thinking
be,
this
though,
is
after
the
the
Mummy.
last movie called
Yeah.
The Mummy?
You would. You 100% you would. This is just trying to cash in on the name of the franchise.
I do think
And I think it's
Jason Blum is smart enough that he could, if and I hadn't focused on the fact that they were both from Blumhouse, but he is canny enough that he could be going, this is an angle we can take. We'll take all of these well-known properties and we'll make movies with that name, but they will be nothing like that. We're going to subvert the genre, and we're going to make a Wolfman that's not the Wolfman. We're going to make a mummy that's not the mummy. It wouldn't be surprised me if they make a Dracula. Well, they wouldn't be able to call it Dracula, but if they made a vampire movie where it's someone with a blood disease in the modern world and it's nothing to do with vampirism, doing that sort of angle on all of these.
Yeah.
Invisible Man, was that Blumhouse?
That was Universal. That was actually part of the...
God, that's convoluted.
That's what I mean. That's what's confusing. And my memory is the Wolfman was as well. I thought that the Wolfman was officially a Dark Universe film, like Renfield and The Invisible Man. I
didn't know that they were actually calling things dark. I just... Yeah,
They're
I don't
still
know.
very, even though the whole thing died after The Mummy, like, for example, just in the last couple of years, they opened the Dark Universe at Universal Studios, and they've got
Really?
rides based on the old monster. Yeah, they're still very much using the Dark Universe as a thing. So I don't know. It's messy. It's messy, and I think that this film is trying to cash in on the mess.
It could be.
Personally.
I mean, at the end of the day, money's the deciding factor for
'Cause at
all
the
of
end of
these
the
things.
day,
So
I think this is a fine film. I'm glad that we saw it together and that your lovely daughter was there, because for me that added some fun to it, because I don't think I would have loved this film had I just seen it alone. For me, it's very mediocre. It's got some good elements. Like I said, some of the body horror stuff really works. I don't think a lot of the story and the emotion works. And for me, that's a shame, because this movie kind of lives and dies on it. This is 90% family drama.
that's where I was going to kind of draw a parallel, because I think at its heart, this is this sinks or swims on one, just the general direction of it. And I think Lee Cronin's a capable director. I think
Yeah, there's some interesting shots in the film.
It's very well done. There's some nice shots for sure, but you need to buy into the family drama element of this, because essentially at its heart, that's what it is. And I don't think this is as successful there as, say, Insidious, which was one of the ones that I immediately was sort of going to as being, there's an ongoing issue with one of your kids.
Yeah.
You bring him home, and how does the rest of the family cope with the fact that this essentially becomes the central thing? All other kids, your other kids' lives all go on hold because of, the issues with this one child. I think Insidious did it fantastically. I think that fails a bit here, and I think one of the reasons it fails is there is no world where I don't care how much you think you love your kids, if that is what is presented to you after 8 years,
Yes.
you are not taking that child home thinking you can look after. You are sending them to the specialist facility, which
100%. Like, for
Jack
their
Rayner-
own health, apart from anything else. Like, that child needs a full-time carer. And even if you took them home, 3 days in, you'd be going, fucking send that back. That kid is cooked.
That is the one thing that really annoyed me is Jack Rayner from very early on is going, I think we need to talk about sending her away somewhere where she can be properly looked after. And Mum's like, no one can look after her like I can. Bullshit. And even apart from that, if she looked exactly as you remembered her, just 8 years older, I would still be questioning you saying you can look after her in this locked-in state after the trauma she's been through, she needs professional help. But she does not look like that same daughter 8 years on.
No.
She looks like a fucking nightmare horror show.
She needs like full-time terror. Like the scene where the mum is trying to clip her nails.
She does not need.
Yeah.
That is an evil child.
Yes.
And it becomes fairly apparent fairly
Very
early
quickly,
that something is very wrong with this girl. And
To
it's
me-
not just trauma. This locked-in girl is doing some evil shit. Jack Rayner says, let's send her away. Mum says, no, I can look up. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Cut
It's
forward
so
20 minutes. She's killed the grandmother, done all these things. And the mum's then... I can't live with her here anymore. And I'm with Jack Rayner going, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. To me,
Where were you half an hour ago? Your mum would
Yeah.
still be alive if you'd listened to me.
Yeah. To me, it's almost funny that we've chosen to back creepy kid movies off the back of this, because this child, or for the most of the film, teenager,
Yeah.
because it's 8 years later, is so beyond the point of being almost human in any way that I don't even think of her as a creepy kid. The best creepy kid in this film is actually her younger sister, who once she starts getting kind of possessed is like pulling her teeth out and just being generally
that's-
creepy. That's the creepiest section
telling
of
her
the film
teacher
for
at
me.
school that she's a rat-faced cunt.
Yeah, that's the best. The quote-unquote mummy is actually not really that scary to me because
there's
she's
some-
so...
It's fun being dead grandma and...
Yeah.
What do you want? I want to see what your little piggies taste like. There's some creepy ass shit in that.
Yeah.
And I do think one thing I will say is whoever that young actress is, I think she's does a pretty bloody great job of embodying this horrendous.
Yeah. Before we move on too much, I'm going to do one thing that I know you're going to mock me for, but I've got to do it.
Big Tizzle's Big Call.
A better example of the, family drama as a horror movie. You brought up, I think it was The Conjuring or Insidious.
Yep, you're going to say
Great,
Poltergeist?
great examples. No, another great example. Night Swim is better than this movie in terms of...
my God!
I really dug Night Swim, and I think Night Swim really balanced the heart and the family and everything with the horror much better than this film did.
God, sweet Jesus.
This is a fine movie. I had a decent enough time. I don't know
my
that I'd
God.
watch it again. I'm scoring it a 6 out of 10.
I was going to say that's harsh, but I don't think it is. I'm probably a...
I
it's
flirted
just-
with a 7, but I don't think
I'm
this
at
movie
least a
quite
7.
gets
I
there.
might even be a 7.5 because while it wasn't
Okay.
scary, I did really enjoy it, and I'm sure they're not all intentional, but I think a lot of them are. I did laugh a lot. I found a lot of stuff to really laugh at.
I also
in this,
did laugh a lot, but I'm not sure how much of it was intentional.
All right, we need a third opinion on this. Leah,
Yeah.
come here. Because I'm the world's best father, we're going to get a 14-year-old's opinion on this movie. All right, you're not going to be able to hear because you don't have headphones. Say hi, Leah. Well, don't say hi, Leah. You are Leah.
Hello.
Say hi.
Yeah, I am Leah.
All right. What would you give Lee Cronin's The Mummy out of 5?
Out of 5, 4.
4.
A lot of people gave it 3 and 3.5. I thought it was better than that.
Here you go. What did you like about it best?
The toe thing.
About tasting the little piggies.
No, not that's disgusting. That one.
Oh,
And
they're
then
cutting the
one where
nail
his
and
toenail
you like the bit where it peels a leg off?
Yeah.
Oh, you're my daughter. I love you so much.
And I liked when you look at the mirror and then you saw all the coyotes go around to the grandmother and just start eating her.
You like when the grandmother got eaten by dogs.
Yeah.
High five. Thank you, sweetheart.
Bye.
Look, valid opinions, fair opinions. She's highlighted the best bits of the movie. Like, all right.
Oh, speaking
So
of creepy
I guess
kids.
that makes it an average of a 7. Because if I gave it a 6, she gave it an 8. You're giving it a 7.
That was about a
7.5,
7,
so-
yeah.
Yeah.
Floating
A
around a
recommend
7.
from We Watched
Yeah,
It.
it's a gentle recommend. It's not going to set your world on fire. This is not something like The Monkey that I think is just nailed what it sets out to do 100%. But I think if you like this type of thing, and you kind of know if you do or not, and you certainly, if you've seen the trailer, you'll know whether you like this sort of thing. If you like this sort of thing, it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Can I get 2 slices of pizza?
No.
Of course, honey.
No, you never ever finish 2.
Hello?
Mr. and Mrs. Cannon, I'm Deputy Chief at the U.S. Embassy. Your daughter Katie has been found. She's alive.
It's very important you fully prepare yourself for what you're about to see. No sudden moves. No loud noises.
Hey, Butterfly. It's Mom and Dad.
Yeah, we are here. We're here.
She's been missing for 8 years. What was our daughter doing in a 3,000-year-old sarcophagus?
She just needs our care and lots of love.
How many others were found?
57.
How many of them were still alive?
What happened to Katie? What really happened to her?
Saludo, Señor de los Milagros.
Say something.
Saludo, Señor de los Milagros.
Say something.
Es transformar lo imposible en realidad.
Say something.
Amén.
Say something. Don't worry, Grandma. It's fun to be dead.
I just want my daughter back.
Nice. All right. Well, speaking of creepy children, let's get over to that. How did you go making this list? Because I found it more difficult than I thought I would.
Yeah, because, I mean, we all agree that children are horrific things, the little homunculi. They're
100%.
terrifying.
Yeah.
We've both got some that like live in our house with us, so we're well aware of this. I ended up with a lot more than I thought I would when I started looking at lists and shortlisting and going back through my memory and that sort of thing. So what I ended up doing, because there's a lot of movies where kids are the bad guys or kids are doing evil stuff, that was secondary. I tried to pick things where I remembered being genuinely creeped out by the kid, whether they were a bad, evil or not.
Yeah. I've got
if
some
they
on mine
just
that
generally
aren't
made
evil.
my skin crawl or shear up my spine, like, ugh, creepy kid. That's kind of where I tried to, and I've ended up with quite a mixed bag, I must say.
I also found it really. It was like, okay, am I ranking these based on how good the movie is?
Oh,
or how creepy
I
the
have
kid
not
is,
done that.
or-
I've done it based on how much the creepiness of the kid kind of is front and center for me when I think back on the film.
I imagine that we may have some crossover here, but I guess it depends on what angles we took with these. So, look, do you want to kick us off, or do you want me to kick us off?
No, I can. Because I know you've seen my number 10. And the reason this is number 10 is because while the kids were super creepy, and it's one of the most memorable scenes, they're not important to the plot of the film. It's one small little part of the film, and that is Barbarella.
Oh, okay.
Which we both love. Jane Fonda. It's just a classic campy 60s sci-fi from Roger Vadim. And when Barbarella first kind of crash lands on Tau Ceti, she meets these twin girls, which alarm bells should be ringing because that's never a good thing.
Just then when you said
but they
twin girls, I
seem nice.
realized something I should have had on my list. That I
Oh,
don't.
well, that's all right because it'll be on mine.
Okay.
But yeah, these twin girls who seem nice enough, but they lead her back, and there is this cave with a whole bunch of other kids who are all twins, all these sets of twins, who then tie her up, and she keeps sort of pleading with them, why are you doing this? Let me go. I just want to help you. And then they all pull out dolls, and Barbarella's like, oh, what lovely dolls. And then they let the dolls go, and the dolls are animatronic, and they've got these sharp, like Richard Keel from Bond metallic teeth, and it's silly. There's no way these things could hurt you, but it's creepy as shit, and these kids are all, grr.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, well, in typical me fashion, I made this list about 2 hours ago while sitting in the car while my kid was at ballet. So that's why I missed some obvious ones. My number 10 is Here This Low, not because I think this is actually probably one of the better movies on my list, but I don't know if you're going to listen to this pick and say, well, that doesn't count or not. I guess we're going to see what's going to happen here, because my number 10 is Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby. Are we counting that as a creepy kid movie? The majority of the creep comes from the pregnancy
you never see the kid.
No. You hear the kid, and the kid is very fucking creepy when you hear it.
You do have the immortal, its eyes. What have you done to its eyes?
What have you done to its eyes?
Oh, look,
yes.
It's probably in my top 20 movies of all time, so I'm going to let it slide.
Okay.
It's a
to
stretch,
me, this is a really interesting one because the kid isn't shown, and all the horror is this anticipation of the kid.
Yep.
You know, I think to me I don't know if it fits the brief or not.
Kid adjacent creepiness.
It's kid adjacent. So there you go. That's my number 10. So over to your number 9.
Right, number 9. Well, mine aren't written in order. Okay, number 9 would be higher if the creepy kid were actually alive. Highly underrated movie as far as I'm concerned. 1995's Screamers. Are you familiar with this?
I'm not familiar with it.
It's a science fiction film with Peter Weller and some others, but Peter Weller's the main guy. It's like this sort of post-apocalyptic wasteland where you've got warring nations or factions. He is a outpost commander from one faction, and for plot reasons, they get invaded by what they call screamers, which are these little kind of robotic gerbil things that scream along under the ground, and they make this screaming sound, and they attack and kill organic life. And he has to sort of journey to another city for whatever reason, and encounters various people along the way, including Jennifer Rubin, who I was madly in love with in the 90s, and who you would know from Elm Street 3, Darren with the spiky hair. But the kind of AI that's driving creating these robots has created a new version designed to be able to infiltrate the human bunkers, and it's a child, and it just says it's got a standard catchphrase like can you help me? Can you help me? That it always says, and so it comes to the door of the bunker like this small child. Can you help me? You let it in, and it just massacres everyone. So you keep encountering this creepy ass kid, and they all say the same thing. But there's one scene where there are a multitude of these identical looking children all saying that, help us, can you help us? And it is just fucking horrific. Excellent movie. Screamers, 1995 Screamers. Check it out.
Consider it on the list. All right. My number 9 is an obvious one. It's the film that kind of popularized the idea of children as a collective threat with their own rules.
Ooh.
It is, of course, Children of the Corn.
Oh, good, yes.
Some excellent creepy kids in here. The kid who's like the preacher, just so goddamn creepy.
Oh, it's that ginger hair doesn't help, but because you've got what's his name, Malachi.
Yes,
but there's the two. There's the older one with the kind of ginger mop, and then you've got the creepy American Gothic looking kid with the black bowl cut.
Isaac, I think.
Isaac, that's the one. Yeah. Malachi and yeah. Yes, I almost had this, but I've gone. Did I include it on my list? Yes, I've gone with a different one, which
Okay.
you can probably guess.
I can probably guess. I considered that one as well, but same thing. I was like, I'll have one or the other. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we went different ones. So, all right, you're number 8.
Number 8. I'm going. This is the oldest film in my list. If I was ranking these in order of sort of quality of film, it'd probably be a little bit higher. But it is a film from 1956 called The Bad Seed. It did get Rob Lowe actually directed a remake, which is fine, but not as good a film as the Mervyn LeRoy one from 56.
So I had not heard of this film until today. You would have seen it in a chat group we're in. I spent some time this week making an app that recommends films for me. And that was one of the ones that came up when I typed in this topic. And
wow.
But I ended up watching a different one from the list, which made this list. So I have not seen this movie, but
I haven't seen it for many, many, many years, and probably. Oh no, I would have thought of it just because of the name alone, and it's kind of one of the archetypal ones with with an evil kid, which is certainly in the 50s, not a common thing. It's an interesting film in that it. The original version of this had a much darker ending, and then at the time, obviously, you had the Hays Code and things, and they, from memory, they had to change the ending, or a new ending was shot to kind of not be such a down ending. I think it was something like that. My memory might be playing tricks, but I think that was the case. But it's kind of. I can't think of an earlier film where you've got a seemingly innocent-looking child that ends up being murderous and horrible.
Yeah, nice. All right, my number 8. Again, I don't know if you'll let this count, but we'll see. We'll see. It's fairly recent. Well, I say recent, but that's just because I'm really old. This film is actually, 16 years old now. I had not seen it until fairly recently, about a year or two ago, when I was asked by our wonderful friend Emily Higgins to do a commentary track for it with her for Shout. The film is Orphan.
Oh, I didn't know you did a commentary for that. Did I know you did that?
I don't know. I did though.
I'm not
it
questioning whether it happened.
I'd never seen it before then, and this film's fucking great. That kid is creepy. The only reason I'm going to say that I don't know if it counts is because if you remember the twist of this film, it turns out that she's not actually a child. She's an adult with some, condition that makes her look like a child.
Still looks like a creepy kid.
She's a creepy kid, and that performance is so good. One of the best child performances. Way better than I thought it had any right to be. When I threw it on, I was expecting it to be like a real.
When the Shout logo intro comes up. I mean, I love a lot of Shout releases, but you're not expecting Citizen Kane.
Yeah, but I loved this movie. I thought it was so good.
It's
and
very,
she
very
is
good.
So predatory for a child. Like, there's something so unsettling about
when
the
she
way
first
she
walks
behaves.
into that classroom, and I can't remember what they do, but the kids tease her Carrie style or whatever. The kind of wash that goes over the actress's face from happy, meet new friends to I'm going to make bad shit happen to all of you. Very, very good performance. It's a good film.
Yeah. Nice. All right, you're number 7.
This is working out well because that was an honourable mention. I almost had it in, but now I'm glad I did. This is where I had my alternate for Children of the Corn, which is John Carpenter's Village of the Damned.
Village of the Damned,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, great film.
Not what a
To
Carpenter's
be honest,
best,
I probably
but
like this more than Children of the Corn. But
Well, I
Children
find-
of the Corn was more iconic to me.
See, that's weird. So, in terms of the he who walks behind the rose or whatever, and those elements, Children of the Corn seems so in the zeitgeist. But the image of those peroxide-haired children
with the eyes
from
and-
Village of the Damned, and obviously yet another retelling of Midwich Cuckoos from
and
John
also,
Wyndham.
correct me if I'm wrong, Kirstie Alley, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure. I haven't seen it in many a year, but I didn't even. It was one of the first things that came to mind is that image of these peroxided cuckoos, and it's got not his best film, but it does have that kind of signature John Carpenter feel, and yeah, the image of them is so iconic.
Yeah, nice. All right, my number 7 is definitely probably one of the most recent films on my list. It's Hereditary, because that kid is creepy. And what I love about this film is that it sets it up to make you think that this is a film about a creepy kid.
Yeah.
The entire first half, her kind of otherness and creepiness is everything that drives the film. You know, the scene where she just picks up a bird and a pair of scissors. And cuts its head off. And then you get that twist halfway through where you're like, oh, that's not what this film is. This film is not about this kid being creepy. But she is, you know, the weird tongue clicks she does and stuff. It's an iconic performance. Not to be mean to the actress, it also doesn't hurt that she's a very odd-looking child. But, I mean, this was right top of mind when I thought of creepy kids.
I thought of it, and then I thought, not the actress. I don't know anything about the actress, but because the character has learning difficulties.
Yeah.
It felt I felt guilty going, that kid's creepy as fuck. She is creepy as fuck, but I kind of felt bad. So I'm glad you brought it in because it's a great film. I mean those first two Ari Aster films are two of the best films of the decade. It's a shame he's kind of gone off into a bit of La La Land really with the last couple. But yeah, no, it's a good fucking movie. I need to rewatch it actually. I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah. Nice. You're number 6.
Number 6. Right. As I said, none of them are in order. I need to find... Okay. I don't think you've seen this. I'm fairly sure I've recommended it in passing, but we know what that means. So I'm sure you haven't seen it, but it's a film called Vivarium.
Oh, no, I've not seen this. I believe you've spoken about it before, I think.
The name
sounds familiar.
I think maybe we did like underrated horrors or something. Yeah. I don't know. But Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots are this young couple who are looking to buy a home, and they go to, follow a listing and go and look at this home in this kind of project area that kind of the whole thing looks like the opening of Weeds, if you remember that Little Boxes opening where everything's cookie cutter.
On the hillside. I love that song.
Made of ticky tacky. It's all cookie cutter. Everything looks exactly the same, and they're like, "This is a bit cold. I don't like it." The real estate agent's really fucking weird, always smiling in a shiny suit and kind of this waxen face. And they go, "Yeah, not for us. Thanks. Get in the car. Go to drive away." And they can't get out of this estate. It should be simple.
Yeah,
it was three turns coming in. And they literally, from kind of lunchtime until it gets to sundown, and they just keep driving past the house that they looked at. And they end up just having to stay there and stay there and stay there and stay there. And they are there. And there is no one else. All the other houses are empty.
Yeah, right.
And they cannot leave. They just can't escape this kind of weird, sanitized community. And food kind of appears in boxes that's all like shrink wrapped into these, it's almost like Repo Man where everything just, food in generic lettering without any names. And they write help on the roof. They keep doing all these things to try and get out. They can't get out. There's no service, etc. And then eventually this box turns up like the food boxes, but this one has a baby in it. And on the box it says, raise the child and be set free or something like that. And so they're forced to bring this child up, and this child sort of grows years overnight, and suddenly it's a toddler, and it's creepy as fuck. And they have no affection for this child, but they have to look out, and the kid is so fucking creepy. It's so creepy. Like, I mean, you'll see if you watch the trailer. I might put the trailers in on this because there's some good trailers for some of them anyway. Yeah. But at one point they don't even get out of bed because they're like, what's the fucking point? And the kid's coming in, feed me, and they're just both flipping the kid off. But the kid ends up, grows to teenager adulthood, but it doesn't talk properly. It's super. It's the whole thing. It is a fantastically original film.
Yeah,
really worth watching. Nice. Sadly, the director, who's fuck, I'm blanking on his name. He then followed this up with, what was it? It was something shit. Quickly. Lorcan Finnegan, that's the director's name. And yes, he followed this up just recently after a bit of a gap of about 5 years with the Nick Cage film The Surfer, which I was looking forward to,
okay.
and it was just not fucking good at all. Like a legitimately bad movie. So yeah, quite disappointing. But Vivarium is fantastic.
Nice.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Yonder, a wonderful development. It has all you'd need and all you'd want. Number 9. Number 9 is not a starter home. This house is forever.
Lee for a boy.
Do you have children?
No. It's not exactly what we're looking for.
That guy was so strange.
Yeah. Wait. No, I don't think this is the right way.
Yeah, this is the way we came in.
Number 9 again. Did we just do some kind of loop?
How have we just...
Want me to drive?
Such a joke.
Because I think this is not possible. We can't make turns like this over and over.
We have gone this way, Tom. Oh my god. Hello?
What's happening? Maybe they'll let us go.
What if they don't come? What are we supposed to do? Should we just sit here and we wait to die? It's a boy.
Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Run to the locks and throw away the keys and
All we wanted was a home.
You are home.
You creepy little mutant.
All right. Well, my number 6 is an Australian movie, which I know that you're also a fan of, from a director that we both very much love, and I can't wait to see what she does next when she finally makes another movie. It's Jennifer Kent's The Babadook. Creepy kid. And what's great about this movie
You're
is
really leaning into the kids that have maybe on the spectrum.
Well, I think what I'm leaning into a
He's
lot
an
too
awful
is
child. He's awful.
Yeah, and I think that that's what makes this film so interesting and so brave, is that it's not afraid to say being a mother fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And having a child that reminds you of trauma that you've had makes the child intolerable. And I think that's what makes this movie so good. And again, it's a movie where the kid isn't technically the villain or the monster or the bad guy.
No, he's just the thing that has driven her to the point of insanity almost.
Yeah.
It seems weird to say underrated because I think
it's probably rated to
universally
a group of people.
Those that it register it very, very highly. And quite frankly, if I had to raise one of them, I'd raise Kevin we need to talk about Kevin over this kid.
Well, don't talk about movies that might make the list.
Oh, damn. Okay. So it's going to be one for the ages if that particular actor makes it into a top 10 list of any kind. Okay, wow. All right. Good pick, though. We do love her. I was just, I think it was last night, I put the trailer for Nightingale on for the kids and was saying we might watch that this weekend. We might throw that on because, really,
right.
really
top
good.
of the show. You're number 5.
Number 5, another classic film. And if I was ranking by pure quality of filmmaking, this would be my number 2. But it's Jack Clayton's 1961 film, The Innocents, which is
haven't seen it.
Retelling of Henry James' Turn of the Screw, old classic ghost story. Same story that Mike Flanagan used for Haunting of Bly Manor, although he added things from other Henry James things into that as well. But yeah, Deborah Carr, black and white film. Deborah Carr is the new governess that's brought on to look after these two young boy and girl. The father is sort of absent with things. Mother's passed away from memory. It's just her and Mrs. Gross, the housekeeper, really in the house. And ghostly things start to sort of happen. Anyone who's watched Haunting of Bly Manor is going to know this story, even though obviously over sort of 8 episodes or whatever that was, 8 or 10 episodes, that's obviously got a lot more in there that he's pulled from other Henry James stories. But it is a gorgeously shot. Jack Clayton's done a phenomenal job. It's a beautiful film. Deborah Carr, who I normally don't like, is fantastic. The kids are seemingly polite and lovely early on, and it get progressively weirder and weirder as these sort of ghostly things. I'm not going to spoil the ending, even though to the screws a bit 300 years old or something. But yeah, The Innocents is a highly underrated film. I didn't bother opening the link, so I hope I'm not falling prey to a clickbaity YouTube thumbnail. But I believe that Stanley Kubrick said there were only 5 perfect horror movies in history, and this was one of them.
Yeah, nice.
So
nice.
That's not a bad bit of praise. But it's a bloody good film.
Nice. Well, my number 5 was spoiled by you just with my last pick, but this is where I really need to talk about Kevin, because it's more than creepy. The kid is scary, and what makes him so scary is that there's nothing. He just seems to have chosen malevolence, like there's nothing that has made him this way, really. He is just terrifying. And this isn't the scariest movie, but if we were doing the most terrifying movies about kids, I would have the movie 13 on this list, because that movie fucking terrified.
I have not seen that. I deliberately avoided it because
it's a terrifying movie. It doesn't fit on this list because the kids aren't creepy. It's just, but Kevin is. I mean, you said it. Like, you wouldn't want to raise this kid.
Well, oh God, no. It's something that's fictional and I haven't seen this since it came out. I've had no inkling to go and rewatch it, and even though it was very good. But in my mind, I lumped this in with the likes of Nitram. The from the, I think it's from the Snowtown guy whose name escapes me, but the one about Martin Bryant and Port Arthur.
Yeah,
it almost feels like a kind of true crime retelling. And I don't think it is. It is completely fictitious, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's based on anything real.
My memory is.
But it feels, it has that same kind of coldness to the character that kind of makes me mentally lump it in with things like that, rather than kind of something that's might be creepy, but it's entertaining to watch. Whereas I didn't find that entertaining. I found it really quite kind of chilling and unsettling, which is what it intends. It's certainly successful at what it's doing.
Yeah.
Every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours will surely come my way. You just have to rock him a little bit.
Did you say mommy?
No.
Shouldn't he be talking by now?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Ball?
No.
He's just a boy. Just a sweet little boy.
Just because you're used to something doesn't mean you like it. You're used to me.
Great shot, Kev. You're natural.
First he cries too much, then he's too quiet. And you see it as some kind of personal vendetta?
You think I'm exaggerating?
Listen, buddy, it's easy to misunderstand when you hear it out of context.
Why would I not know the context?
Franklin, pick up the phone.
He's just a sweet little...
Pick up the phone.
Just a sweet little boy. That's what boys do.
All right, you're number 4.
Number 4 already. Alrighty, now this is some proper creepy kid stuff. Now I think we're, my top 4 are all get that child away from me. This is where I have, and I can't remember. We did a recent-ish one of these sort of eps where we were talking about something to do with horrors. I can't remember what the topic was, but it must have been adjacent to this because at the time I picked this film over a film that's directed by the producer of this one. They're both Spanish language from memory, although there are dubbed versions. This is where I have The Orphanage.
Oh, okay. I've not seen The Orphanage.
There is quite a similar film. So The Orphanage is produced by Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a quite similar, although set further in the past from memory, I think film that's directed by Del Toro that it treads a lot of the same ground, but I prefer The Orphanage. It's super creepy. If you would really like it.
Yeah,
really
nice.
like it. I don't know why I thought you'd seen it because maybe we were talking about the. Do you have a Del Toro film in your list?
I don't have a Del Toro film.
Devil's
in my list.
Backbone is the similar film, which is also very, very good, but I don't think it's as creepy and the kids aren't as central part, whereas obviously in an orphanage.
Yeah. Well, you scared me when you said Spanish language film because I thought you were going to take my pick because my number 4 is a Spanish language film from 1976, a film that I had not seen before this week. This is the film I watched from my recommendations.
It's a good film.
I went and watched Who Can Kill a Child.
Yeah.
Is this on your list?
No, honourable mention.
Yeah.
And I guess this was where in my trying to sort of settle on how to shortlist a 10, I focused more in on the creepiness rather than on the actual danger or malevolence or etc. There are a lot of films, and this is one of the best ones where kids are killing people, doing scary shit. But I didn't find them, apart from a few scenes, necessarily. There are some scenes where they're just fucking smiling and shit, and that's
the thing. They don't talk. They don't do anything. They just smile. It's creepy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, very good film. I'm
Yeah.
glad you came across it and saw it. It did occur to me, and I did see it pop up in lists and things, but I haven't seen it in quite a while. But in my memory, they were more murderous than creepy, and you know, it's hard to narrow down to 10 in these things.
Yeah. Here we go with the top 3,
especially when I first started putting pen to paper, this was my number 1 because this was genuinely the most creeped out I think I've ever been by a child on screen in a film. But then as I sort of thought about other things, there are things that are more iconic and that sort of thing. But this is where I have Ju-on, The Grudge.
Oh, The Grudge. Okay.
Where that little fucking pasty boy...
Yeah.
When I first saw this, because this is very early 2000s, 2001, 2002, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the Sarah Michelle Gellar remake, I believe, was 05 or something.
Yeah,
so
it's 2-3 years earlier. Geez, she was doing the remakes. Oh, no, it's Jennifer Connelly's Dark Water, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All of my early 2000s crushes doing Japanese remakes. But that little boy, I mean, it's a good... Maybe this might have crossed. I know what it was. It's when we were doing ghost stories, I think, that we had all these conversations around.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Orphanage and the others and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and I think Ju-on cropped up then. But yeah, that little pasty-faced boy and the older girl when they're like hovering over the bed and under the bedclothes at the foot of the bed. And that's stuff. I very rarely have nightmares that I remember. I don't remember any of my dreams really. I never wake up going, oh, I had a dream. But I distinctly know that I had nightmares about The Grudge. Not about didn't have it about Sadako, The Ring, or any of those, but The Grudge I found far more got under my skin than The Ring did back then.
Well.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know how Angelina Jolie adopts all these Asian kids because they're fucking scary as shit.
You're going to have to edit that out, mate. You can't say that. All right. My number 3 is... Look, I don't know. You might tell me this is just a shit film. But I think Macaulay Culkin was creepy as fuck in The Good Son. Have you seen The Good Son?
Yeah, of course. Honourable mention. It's a good film.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll bag on the fucking B movie because I think it's corny and cringy as shit. Well, I call it the B movie. Other people call it My Girl. Yeah, him... And particularly the persona that he had at the time from Kevin McAllister.
Casting.
The casting is genius, and he
this
nailed it.
2-3 years after Home Alone.
Yeah.
This was, just after the peak of, Macaulay Culkin as Macaulay Culkin. And this is, Elijah Wood's so good in this film as well.
Oh, I've forgotten. I'd actually forgotten he was the other kid. That's because I haven't seen
the good one.
I saw it. I saw it at the time. I haven't seen it since. But no, I remember it being a good film. I remember Culkin being, in my mind, this is his best performance.
And again, what makes it so creepy is that there's nothing supernatural about it. Much like the Babadook.
It's just there's no reason.
There's no reason.
He's just
a bad kid.
Yeah, it's just a bad seed to steal from another film.
Yeah.
There's just some people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah. All right, number 2. I can't believe that we only had one crossover so far.
Have we had a crossover? I don't think we have.
One?
No, our closest thing to a crossover was My Village of the Damned and Your Children of the Corn.
Yeah, wow. I can't believe this, that we're up to number 2 and not a single crossover.
If we're not crossing over on my number 1, I'll be very surprised. But my number 2, I don't think you've seen. My number 2 is a sequel to a rather poor horror film that is itself a very great horror film, and it is Ouija 2, Origin of Evil.
Oh, okay. No, I've not seen either of the Ouija films.
No, well, don't see the first one because it's hot trash. But Mike Flanagan's sequel is great, of course, because it's Mike Flanagan. His usual standard stable of actors, including Henry Thomas. It concerns a mother who's a kind of charlatan medium. So she has people over, ostensibly to talk to past loved ones, and her teenage and kind of preteen daughter help her with kind of the charade. So there's shit in the table that makes it shake, and the girls make the lights flash or whatever. And she takes money from these people to contact dead loved ones. The father is deceased, and the younger daughter, played by Lulu Wilson, who would then go on to be Becky in Becky and Wrath of Becky, which are great films as well if you like a bit of splatter. She finds this Ouija board, tries to contact the father, and of course contacts something else, becomes possessed, and then proceeds to do all sorts of Mike Flanagan. She bends over backwards into a figure eight. Her mouth opens up like the fucking flip top head from the Colgate ad or whatever. Her eyes go white. She says creepy shit. It's really good, but she's a fucking nightmare. There's all the exorcisms in the world. You're sending that kid to a boarding school and hoping never to see her again.
Yeah, nice.
Mary, we invite you into our circle. If that's you, blow out the candles.
Oh my God.
This is a scam.
She deserved it, Mom.
It's your job to stand at the curtains and not attack the clients. And you, young lady?
What's a scam?
Woke up this morning feeling.
You are so weird. Does she have a lot of problems?
It's nothing too concerning.
What's this?
New prop for work. Spirit, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. And we can see you.
Who are you talking to, Doris?
Daddy, are you there? Who are you?
Did you see her writing this?
No.
Because it's Polish.
Doris, who did this?
I'll show you. Are you here?
Something is happening that we can't understand.
I'm concerned about your girl. The spirit world is dangerous.
What are you doing? I'm not doing it. Stop it!
Do you know what it feels like to be strangled to death?
Something is wrong with Doris. She's experiencing something amazing.
I believe she is channeling powers we do not understand.
Doris? Doris! Are you there? Are you there?
Yes.
All right, my number two, again, a film that you kind of just nonchalantly threw out before.
Oh, I did?
Because it's The Ring for me, and not Ringu. It's Verbinski's The Ring.
Oh, you and your love for that. We rewatched it.
Not just because
not
Naomi
that good.
Watts is in it. It's very, very good. Very, very good. And the reason this is this high for me is because it doubles up. Because not only is Samara obviously incredibly creepy, and she's what introduced the Western world to this
wet-haired and Japanese
thing.
children.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's on the back of this that we got Dark Water and The Grudge and all that. But it's not just Samara. Naomi Watts' kid, Rachel's kid in this film, is fucking creepy, and he's just unsettling. And there seems to be no kind of narrative reason really for it. Like, he calls her by her first name, he calls her Rachel.
That's a fucking warning sign in any family.
Unsettling stuff about this kid. So yeah, that's why that it ended up this high for me.
Have you heard about this videotape that kills you when you watch it? You start to play it, and it's like somebody's nightmare. And as soon as it's over, your phone rings. And what they say is, you will die in 7 days.
Katie told you she was gonna die.
She told me. She said she didn't have enough time.
Would you say that I'm gullible?
No.
Easily rattled?
You're a little highly strung, maybe.
I watched the tape.
I'm not gonna get all worked up over some rumor. Oh, show it to me.
Keller, I'm bothered by these drawings.
Why did you draw that house?
She told me to.
Who?
Who told you to?
She shows me things.
Before you die, you see the ring.
The images on the tape, they're leading us somewhere.
Did she show you the horses?
Don't you understand, Rachel?
Tell me, miss, what is it you think you know?
Hello?
Before you die, you see the ring. When you see the ring.
Everyone will suffer.
You see the ring. The ring. You see the ring.
All right, so we're up to number ones. I expect that this is a crossover. I'm sure it is.
One of us mentioned twin girls earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, then, no, it's not a crossover, because remember I said I forgot the film with twin
Oh!
girls.
I thought...
you're obviously... Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Well, the film I'm going with as my number one is one of your favorites of all time, so I'm guessing you'll have a good reason for why it didn't make the list.
Katinka is not creepy.
All right, well, why don't you reveal your number one then?
Well, my number one is The Shining. Because not only is Danny Torrance kind of creepy for most of the film,
100%, yeah. But the twin girls,
girls are the archetypal. Yeah. You play with us, Daddy, forever.
If I had remembered it, this film would have been on my list.
Here's Johnny. I'm coming down.
Come and play with us.
My number one is The Exorcist.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with The Fall. I was like, what?
No. And only really because I guess The Mummy brought it to mind, because The Mummy is such an Exorcist ripoff, really.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's The Exorcist meets Evil Dead. But again, it does almost fall into the same category where Linda Blair is so past the point of being human that it's almost hard to find her creepy. But there's still a lot of creepy stuff.
She's not
in
creepy
this film.
when she's full Pazuzu mode. She's creepy when she's like just walking into the party and wetting herself, or spider baiting, spider walking down the stairs. That stuff is the creepy bit. When she fully tips over and is fully demonic, it's not creepy. She's just a monster by that point. This didn't even kind of go across my radar as a creepy kid film, even though she totally is creepy for the first or for the middle act, let's say. Maybe because she comes good at the end and she's back to being lovely and sweet at the end. And so that's what I either picture that or I picture your mother sucks cocks in hell. I forget about where she's just saying weird shit and doing weird shit.
Hey, where'd this come from? I found it.
Well, let's both play.
You really don't want me to play?
Captain Howdy said no.
Who's Captain Howdy?
You're gonna die up there.
I need reassignment.
You're the best we've got.
I think I've lost my faith.
Is there someone inside you?
Sometimes.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Is it Captain Howdy?
You ever heard of exorcism?
How do you go about getting an exorcism?
I beg your pardon? I'm Damien Karras. I'd like to help you. Where's Reagan?
In here with us.
I believe we should begin. Avoid conversations with the demon. The demon is a liar. He will mix lies with the truth
Why, Dimmy?
to attack us, to Do not listen.
That thing isn't my daughter.
It is he who commands you. The power of Christ compels you.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Nice.
It's not a bad film, though.
Well, there we go. That is our 10. No listener feedback this week because we were too late notice with this to actually post it. But we will next week because next week, Dave is very, very excited to go see Michael. He's been talking about it non-stop for weeks now. It's all. When we were at the cinema, he saw the poster and he said he got his tickets already, couldn't wait. So next week we will be chatting Michael, probably very briefly. It'll probably be about 5 minutes while we say this movie sucks.
Yep.
And then we will be counting down our top 10 movies about music, and that's going to be fun. And this week we will absolutely remember to post it in the listener community.
I might do it straight after this.
Let's do that. All right, so that's next week. And of course, if you want to have your say on that, then hop on the Facebook listener community. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at pottymouthradio.com or pottymouthradio@gmail.com. Share us with a friend, whether you're listening on podcast or whether you're watching us on YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, share, or just
if you share with 10 friends and they all subscribe, you get steak knives.
Are you guaranteeing that?
Sure.
All right, and we'll catch you next week.
See ya.